What is up, guys? Skyler here, and I am back from vacation. I started a Discord and I'm live on Twitch right now if you're watching this as the video's uploaded, or a couple hours after. I'll be live for a while. What we're going to be doing is breaking down the video, talking about maybe some extra stuff from this breakdown, along with going over the behind the scenes and just maybe talking about my schedule for the next couple weeks. And we may play some games, I don't know, depending on how it's going to go. But yeah, follow me on Twitch. The name's right there, YouLoveSkyler, spelled like that, or click the first link in the description down below. One thing I wanted to say before we started is this video was made before I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I mentioned the road to 1,000, but it was already done. But yeah, see you guys later. What is up, guys? Skyler here. Today we are doing Eastern versus Western Philosophers. Drop a sub if you're new here. We're on the road to 1,000, and I have so many big things planned for later, but let's just get straight into it. I think we'll definitely hit 1,000 before the end of October. It's almost positive that we're going to do it, so I'm super excited. But yeah, let's get into it. Is that Timothy Delgado? Let's go back. That is him. Okay, that's cool.
Forces, Nietzsche, Socrates, and Voltaire. I'm coming off the Acropolis to start some pandemonium. Don't bring limp raps to a pimp slap symposium. The mad gadfly philosophy was my invention. Rolling with the flyest nihilist. And me, their French henchman.
I like that. So that was pretty cool off the bat. So he was talking about this whole little scheme at the beginning. Let's see right here. I'm coming off the Acropolis to stop some pandemonium. So he's basically saying, you know, he's gonna stir some ruckus. But I like how he's saying coming off the Acropolis, because that is where Socrates taught at. But how I'm taking it is, you know, he just got done schooling some children, teaching some children, which is what he did. Socrates was a very famous teacher. Now I gotta teach some more. I gotta school someone else. So that I like that little scheme. And then what else did he say right here? Pimp slap symposium. Okay, we get that. The symposium plateau reference. I got that. And the social gadfly, which is what he's referencing here with the mad gadfly. The gadfly, the social gadfly is someone who went against the grain, per se, and thought outside the box and challenged views. So, you know, someone who, you know, just thinks differently. That's what a social gadfly is, but he's calling himself the mad gadfly. And Socrates was a gadfly himself. He's someone who challenged... sorry about that. Someone who challenged the normal views.
Philosophy was my invention.
Philosophy was his invention. I guess he's referencing the Socratic method, but I don't know if it was his invention per se. He did invent that method. He was definitely a father of philosophy, but I don't know if it really came from him, you know. But he was definitely famous for doing it. And rolling with the flyest nihilist, you know, Nietzsche, which is his name, very hard to spell. Nietzsche is very interesting because he was also and all three of these people were people that went against the grain. Voltaire talked shit on the government, was definitely opposed to Nietzsche was really against religion and things like that, and Socrates, you know, was all about thinking differently. So these three people were very against the grain. And nihilist, which is someone who believes in nihilism, was based. How do you explain nihilism? Religion has no was someone it's kind of a belief that religion had no foundation. You know, can't be necessarily proven to a fact. So it doesn't really have the merit. But and then flyist, because Nietzsche was really obsessed with flying and things like that.
With the flyest nihilist. And me, their French henchman. We got the wisdom and the wit that even I couldn't question. Dropping Western medicine on these East infections. You've never been our type of mental brethren. We're better thinkers, better speakers, better men.
I have the lyrics right here, by the way, on the left. But the interesting part about this is what did he say right here? So he talked about the alphabet of wit, which is interesting. We know about that. But the one thing I thought was really cool,
The wisdom and the wit
that even I wouldn't question. Socrates saying that because Socrates was the one to question everything. Socrates believed the only way to find the real answers is through questioning. So, life was all about questioning. So very interesting stuff. And it's funny how he says dropping Western medicine on these East infections, because the Easterns, was it Japan or China, actually came up with medicine first. So it's very ironic in sense.
on these East infections. You've never been our type of mental brethren. We're better thinkers, better speakers, better men.
Better speakers. That's funny because like Socrates was the teacher, so he probably was the best speaker of all of these people. But the best part is better lovers. And you see how Voltaire comes out? Voltaire was a very big ladies man. Definitely a big ladies man, so it's cool how he brought that out.
This type of arrogance is sure to be expected from men who speak of wisdom with no clue of what respect is.
You Westerners are sloppy, needing discipline in life. You lack control of yourselves and of the mic.
Well, we use precise strikes to disrupt your concentration. And you and ass whipping our descendants will honor for generations.
The typical like Asian culture, pleasing your making your forefathers happy and things like that. Very funny. And so it brings that up, but the beat change right here is really nice. But I did like so they're kind of all bringing out their different views and things like that. So Confucius comes out first, and I'm pretty sure that's Confucius.
This type of
Let me just make sure before. Yeah, that is Confucius. Okay, I can tell because his eyebrows are really fucking weird, and Confucius had really weird ass eyebrows.
This type of arrogance is sure to be expected from men who speak of wisdom with no clue of what respect.
So men who speak of wisdom, because these people were people filled with wisdom in their time, but no clue what respect is. Confucius' whole ideal was all about respect. Respect people, treat other people like you would yourself. Respect your fathers. Respect everyone. So he's saying, you guys have arrogance, and that's a lot with Western culture per se is a lot more self-centered, while Eastern culture is a lot more united and things like that. So that's a very interesting angle they're taking.
You Westerners are sloppy, needing discipline in life. You lack control of yourselves and of the mic.
And Zhao right here, it's very interesting because he was all about like how do I explain what he was about? A lot of it. The best. Oh, here's a really good way to explain it. Now that I think about it, he believed in going with the flow, peace, and kind of like the yin and yang thing, living by a code, which is very prevalent in Star Wars, the Jedi way. And there's definitely some similarities where it's kind of like the Force. The Force is. You go with the flow, you live by the Jedi code and things like that. That's a good way to look at his philosophies, Taoism. So very interesting. And then, of course, the art of war god himself. He's not a god.
End of the mic.
Well, we use precise strikes to disrupt your concentration. And you and ass whipping our descendants will honor for generations.
So when he says right here, disrupt your concentration. Or a precise strike, yeah.
Precise strikes to disrupt your concentration.
So they wrote. He wrote the Art of War, and with the Art of War, there was a lot of different things within that. And one of the big things was striking at a precise time to daze your enemy in confusion, because an enemy who can't attack is the best enemy to have, at least losses. So he's saying we'll strike you at precise times and to do this devastating blow. I like this too. I really like how Eastern philosophers came in here. It's really nice.
Strikes to disrupt your concentration. And you an ass whipping our descendants will honor for generations. We build a nation
Patience.
and the present for a living.
You never hold a candle
To the wisdom we've written.
Okay, yeah, that's true. The Art of War. Confucius wrote Analects. What? And then what was the other one? I don't remember what Tao.
You never hold a candle
To the wisdom we've written.
What did that say? What did that say? Tao Te Ching. Okay, I did not. I completely forgot about that book. But yeah, interesting. Okay, so it shows their books. Voltaire wrote a lot. Voltaire wrote a shitload of books and scriptures and things like that. I don't know about Nietzsche, but I know Socrates wasn't in time. Wasn't in that writing period. So he's saying, you guys can't compare about the wisdom we wrote. And these three guys' books were, very sought after and very, sparked a lot.
We've written.
Oh, I'll give you something you can bow and kowtow to. And I squat down and squeeze out a Tao of Pooh and Lao Tzu. You
Okay, I like that. Squat down and squeeze. That was pretty funny. But bow a kowtow to. The kowtow is, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but is how you show respect. It's bowing. So he's actually being kind of respectful, but then he just says, I'm gonna shit your ass out.
Written.
Oh, I'll give you something you can bow and kowtow to. And I squat down and squeeze out a Tao of Pooh and Lao Tzu. You need to take control of the life you're giving. Call me Uber Mensch, 'cause I'm so driven. Everything.
That was hard. Okay, Nietzsche, like I said, so the Ubermensch, here, let's go back. So he believed in taking life by the balls, basically. He's so driven, the Uber reference or driving reference, but Ubermensch is something he believed in, and kind of like a little philosophy. But the very interesting part is, kind of taking life by the balls, because I told you he wasn't a big religious man. And then a lot of people at that time, especially Christianity, believed in the afterlife and going up, living towards that. Building a life that way you have a good afterlife, be good to people, donate, do things with the church and everything like that. But Nietzsche is all like, this is all we have, no matter what your views are or not, this is the life we are given, the life we have, not necessarily given, but this is our life. Do the most that you can, because this is all you have. We don't know about the afterlife. The afterlife is not, we don't even know to be true. So you need to grab life by the balls now, because you're so, be as driven as you can to turn life of what you can make it out to be. You can turn life into whatever you want. There's not the set path with you when it comes to religion, that some people believe in. So very interesting.
Mensch, 'cause I'm so driven. Every thinker, so confronting conformists like you, it's my job. Got a sharp blade like a spit, it'll skew you like a Confucius kebab. Oh. You fucked the mission of beating your submissive ass into submission. These are now more disses and letters and pamphlets and plays I've been publishing.
Like I said, like he said, plays, pamphlets, everything. Voltaire was a huge writer, but wrote so much shit. And then he says the Confucius kebab line: "You flubbed this mission.
You flubbed the mission of beating your
I'm beating your submissive ass," because a lot of these people, besides Art of War, Zhao, or Sun, sorry, they were, it was very interesting because a lot of their cultures are a little bit submissive, go with the flow, be passive, and things like that. So, he's saying, he's considering their submissiveness as weakness, which is very bad to underestimate your enemy. But like he said, confronting people is my job. A lot of Voltaire was a big criticizer of the government and criticizer of the way people think and things like that. So that's a lot of the references there. Very interesting. And who plays him again, man? I can't. Let me go down and look. Zach, dude, Zach is always great. He is always great with his Walt Disney. When he was Walt Disney, when he was on, what was another one he did? Alexander was really good. Like, he's always on point.
Every thinker, so confronting conformists like you, it's my job. Got a sharp blade like a spit, it'll skew you like a Confucius kebab. Oh. You fucked the mission of beating your submissive ass into submission. These are now more disses and letters and pamphlets and plays I've been publishing. Now that we've covered the two yin and yang, I can move on to Jackie potential with my method, man.
Dude, the MC references Method Man, part of the big Wu-Tang group. Shout out to the homies Wu-Tang, especially Method Man. Definitely one of the best old MCs. Came first, technically. Had the first solo album under the Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out, Method Man's amazing. But the whole, he says, with his method, man, the Socratic method, Socrates method. But, the covered these two, so now he can focus on
Plays have been published. Now that we've covered the two yin and yang,
so now he got Tao and Confucius. He can focus on Jackie Chan, which is referencing Sun.
move on to Jackie Chan, who I'll be picking.
But the Yin Yang Twins, what's something you guys will know Yin Yang Twins from? Get Low with Lil Jon. You guys should know that song. But yeah, the Yin Yang Twins, shout out to them, dude. Do they even make music anymore? I doubt it. But yeah, I like that. I like that.
Move on to Jackie Chan, who I'll be picking a poncho with my method, man. The Seminole General isn't so tough on the mic. All your men must be like, yo, what happened? You're pitiful lyrically, lucky for history, but you didn't offer the art of rapping.
Bitch, I wrote the art of war, so you better get your guns out. These white boys getting burned, cause guess what? Now the sun's out.
That was a hard line. Guess what? The sun's out, sunburn. Hey, don't talk shit, man. I get sunburn. Actually, I don't get sunburn much anymore. I work outside all day. But I did, dude, that was such a good way to come in, and the flows out. Timothy Delgado, very animated. You know, he does a lot on TV, so you could definitely see it. So he was perfect for this role. So you better get your guns out, though. Chinese, I think it was the Chinese, what's the Japanese? I'm pretty sure it was the Chinese invented gunpowder. So it's very, you know, he wrote The Art of War. So get your guns out, too, which is another reference to that. Really cool, really cool. But this beat is nice. I don't really care for the Westerns beat, but the Eastern beat with this low bass dropping in, I really like. It really, and it's a lot. It feels a lot more controlled, which is interesting because that is their whole perspective. But if you hear the Western, it's a lot more craziness going on. I don't know if that's on purpose, but there's a lot more going on, while it seems like the Eastern's a lot more direct. Like, listen to the beat and everything going on.
Seminole General isn't so tough on the mic. All your men must be like, yo, what happened? Pitiful lyrically, lucky for history, but you didn't offer the art of rapping.
Bitch, I wrote the art of war, so you better get your guns out. These white boys getting burned, cause guess what? Now the sun's out. Asians spitting sick, but no, this isn't SARS. Loud C, kick the beat, now Confucius drop some bars. Let me be candid with you, Voltaire.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. But the very interesting part he said, let's go back right here. SARS, you know, it's crazy. SARS he said this isn't no SARS because SARS I'm pretty sure originally came from Asia, especially Eastern China. Was it Western China? But, you know, it was a very bad sickness, a respiratory sickness that kind of just took the world by storm, well, specifically China through storm. But I really like this beat. I kind of want to go over it and go over it again. It looks like they're about to beatbox.
Burn, cause guess what? Now the sun's out. Asians spitting sick, but no, this isn't SARS. Loud C, kick the beat, now Confucius drop some bars. Let me be candid with you, Voltaire. Friendship with the egg noodle hair. Your ego's just so distracting. Free speech doesn't mean just keep yapping. And you kill God, so I gotta ask. Did he die your shame when he made your mustache? You try to plan a new German psyche, but you just grew hate me, no third right.
Okay, I didn't really care for the beatboxing part too much. I really like the beat from before, but he did say some shit here. So he said, sorry about that. So kick the beat, Confused dropped some bars, talked basically about physical appearance and things like that. Nothing too crazy. You killed God. So Nietzsche, one thing he'd say, a big famous quote was him, is went something like, God is dead, his remains are gone, and things are dead, and things like that. So, you know, he's saying you killed God, which I like that old reference, but you tried to plant a new German psyche.
You tried to plant a new German psyche, but you just grew hate me, no third.
Me no third Reich. Very interesting, because Hitler actually took Nietzsche's ideals and things like that, and weren't verbatim, but flipped them and kind of created the Nazi party with them. So he's saying no Third Reich. The Third Reich is the Nazi party, Germany. So yeah, I like that. Really good flip, and you know, instilled hate. you know, the Nazi party's hate towards the Jews and the.
You try to plan a new German psyche, but you just grew hate me. No, they're right. And it all starts with you. You're the father, Socrates. Honestly, I think you owe both of your students here an apology.
I wouldn't exactly call myself a student of this plea. Don't make Nietzsche come over and put a knee up in your tree.
Okay, Nietzsche didn't say anything too crazy here, but this was real nice right here. Both your students, you owe both your students an apology. An apology came out from Plato, which is Socrates' speech. Socrates' speech is very special because this specific apology speech was Socrates was getting tried for corrupting. Was the exact terms were corrupting the mind of youth or something like that? He was basically the government thought he was destroying the children's mind in which he was teaching. You know, because they were all about, which is very up to debate, because, you know, Socrates was all about questioning the man, questioning this. Back in the day, that wasn't, you don't do that. You didn't question people, you know, that was fucked up. So, you know, corrupting the mind and things like that. So they tried him for, it was practically treason. And he had and so he could rather be exiled and stay alive, or they would have him basically commit suicide. It was basically murder, but commit suicide. And, you know, he didn't want to go anywhere. He didn't want to, he was so for his theories and wanted to prove something that he didn't flee. He didn't even go for exile. He killed himself, forcibly killed himself, sadly. But yeah, so very interesting. So you owe them an apology, saying your students, and these are his students, he's corrupting the mind. I wouldn't necessarily say Voltaire and Nietzsche are the students of Socrates, but they're definitely, they came after. So he's saying you apologize to them like you should have for the student.
Socrates, honestly, I think you owe both of your students here an apology.
I wouldn't exactly call myself a student of this plea. Don't make Nietzsche come over and put a knee up in your tree. Cause I'm N-I-E-T-C-S-C-H-E, and I'll ain't any motherfucker like my name in a spelling bee. Bitch, toxic like a hemlock sip. Hang a sandal on the door cause you can suck's dick.
Hemlock sip, that is how Socrates died. That's the suicide method, was hemlock. But very interesting. I'll end anyone like my name in a spelling bee. Like I said, his name's hard as fuck to spell. Can't even lie. But hang a sandal on a door, I like that.
Door, 'cause you can suck.
So, you know, in hotels or things like that, you put a sock on the door to show, you know, you're busy. You know, you're busy with something. Dude, this video is going to be so long. It's already 21 minutes.
Sucks dick! Socrates, you're making things a little tense. Come, let's blind these Chinese heinies with some shiny, bright enlightenment. I'll not be taught camaraderie from a
Is that blind? Is it? Are they referencing his eye? Their Asians, you know, stereotypical eyes, blind them with the, you know, the shiny enlightenment. I like that. And I don't know this Quran.
Be taught camaraderie from a frog who rigged the lottery. You make a mockery of ethics, so keep your fat nose in your coffee.
Okay, so you know, Voltaire, there was a lottery going on in it, and it was very interesting. I don't exactly know the things behind it, but basically the math could be flawed. The math was flawed behind it. You could definitely manipulate it, and he manipulated it and won. So it is a true statement. They're kind of just disrespecting each other. I don't know why Nietzsche's all the way over here.
Lottery from a frog who rigged the lottery. You make a mockery of ethics. So
wait, look at Sun. I just realized that. Look at Sun in the back.
keep your fat nose in your coffee. Let me be frank. Don't start beef with B. Frank. Who hangs with B. Franks? Giving ladies B. Frank. I have.
That was a nice flow. The Frank. He said hanging with B. Frank. You know, this is when you message someone being friends, you're close. B. Frank is Benjamin Franklin. And then he said giving ladies beef the Frank. We all know what that is. But like I said, Voltaire was a ladies' man. But that was a really cool scheme right there.
coffee. Let me be frank, don't start beef with B. Frank. Who hangs with B. Franks? Giving ladies B. Franks.
I have turned them on themselves. Their chaos is our opportunity.
You must remember, a bowl is most useful when it is empty.
Lao Tzu, I don't mean no disrespect, but you need to fill your bowl with some shit that makes some sense.
Okay, very interesting. So this perspective right here, one of the parts in the art of war is turning the enemy upon themselves, you know, because like I said before, kind of striking at a perfect opportunity. You know, this is a perfect opportunity per se. But what Tao is saying is a bowl's most useful when it's empty. You know, how do I explain this? So they're all fighting each other. The bowl, you know, there's nothing in the bowl to fight. There's no aggressiveness in the bowl. But when there's an argument going on, let's say two people are arguing, and then you step in, and then sometimes both their argument gets flipped towards you. You know how that works. So he's saying, we don't want to step in because you know, they're all arguing among themselves, and if we step in, that'll give something to point their anger at. So he's saying, you know, they're useless right now, and the bowl reference is one of his famous references.
Our opportunity.
You must remember, a bowl is most useful when it is empty.
Lao Tzu, I don't mean no disrespect, but you need to fill your bowl with some shit that makes some sense.
Oh, you don't want to stand in the path of Lao Tzu. Today I'll make you move, bitch. Get out the way.
Yeah, we're in the tradition of rap battles. Is it written that two dudes on the same team should squabble like some clucking chickens? Man, Confucius, you always trying to put something in its place. Why don't you tell your eyebrows they need to feel better on your face?
Talk to him, man. Talk to him. Confucius' eyebrows are hella weird, man. Hella weird. Look at them hoes hanging off the side of his face. But, I did like how he says you're always trying to put someone in his place. Being in your place and respectful was very big in Confucius's ideals.
The same team should squabble like some clucking chickens. Man, Confucius, you always trying to put something in its place. Why don't you tell your eyebrows they need to feel better on your face? Okay, I see. You wanna make it like that. I'll smack that warmongering head out of your to-go box tag. So here's the real golden rule. I'm way above you weak brokies. Confucius say you cannot hold these fortune cookies.
Confucius say, that was a big writing reference, but I did like the golden rule. The golden rule is treat someone like how you want to be treated. You know, that's something that's talked about today. But hold on a second.
Say you cannot hold these fortune cookies.
What is winning? Who do I think won? I definitely think the Easterns won. I really like their beat and flow and everything a lot more better than their kind of their approach to it. But yeah, okay, that was a cool battle. That was a very long battle. We're going on damn 27 minutes. Crazy long battle. I probably missed some bars. This was super dense. There was no way I was gonna get everything. But I appreciate all the people that came by. Drop a sub if you're new here. We're on the road to 1,000. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.